Hi, welcome
Hi.
to Probability of
Hello.
Demise. How are y'all?
How was
Sleepy.
your day?
It's such a lovely day. I kind of got the sleepy modes going on. How
Yeah,
are
me
you
too.
I was very
doing?
sleepy today.
What if today our live stream is just all of us taking a nap for 3 hours?
Ooh.
Cut, going back, rewind.
Just avant-garde D&D. This is our
Yes.
short. This is our long rest.
We're
Please
we're
enjoy.
enthusiastically engaging in the most virulent version of roleplay here. We're taking a short rest.
Taking a short rest.
Hello, welcome.
We'll see you
well
next
met,
week.
people of the dice. American, you're
We
listening
should
to Probability of
like
Demise.
record 5 minutes of us just sleeping on a loop, and then every other in the summer when we do every other week, the off week is just us resting on a loop.
Oh, no. Well, if you want to hear this and other bad ideas, we're a group of storytellers playing a nerdy game and using chance in our imaginations to provide rules and structures to Atland, a world of our own making. Atland exists on a version of Earth thousands of years into the future, a planet left vulnerable by science and infected with magic. This is a world far different from the one you know today. Continents have shifted, cities have arisen, and new creatures and peoples of varied origins dot the wondrous landscapes. Thank you for coming with us as we explore it together. These are the peoples. Playing a Tanzanite is the wondrous. Okay. Playing the Asher is
I
the
thought
magical.
you were going to say it. Jessica, hi.
Jason. I was
Playing the punctual Trixie. I was gonna say punctual, but it didn't really. The pun died.
I was gonna supplement for you. I
Okay.
was gonna say, did you mean punctual?
Yes, the punctual.
I'm Larissa. Hello.
Yeah. And these are awesome human beings who play this game with us, and we get to play together. Quickest of the quickest of announcements. We do have merch. If you want to check us out at the place. Hi.
E-Public.
I don't have that up right now, so it'll be in the show notes.
Public.
Oh, wait, there's a banner, isn't there?
Well, there's a banner. There's the ticker. We have merch. Grab a shirt at t.pub/lick/podcast.
Without a K.
Without a K. Yes, it's the it's like a lick, but it's not like a full lick. It's like half a lick.
Yeah.
3/4 of a lick.
Yeah, you almost got the full lick. Just a little short on the end, as Larissa's licking something.
Do you know what's going on? I don't know what's going on.
Do we have any other announcements? As Larissa finishes her lick.
Hey, I covered this in dill pickle dust. That's why I'm.
Yum.
Yes, it's popcorn flavoring. So, but I put it on my pistachio.
For those of you listening, she's been sucking on something ever since we started, so I have no idea what it is.
It's a pistachio.
Ooh. You pickled a pistachio? Okay, never
No,
mind.
I feel attacked. Anywho, the Stonewall Corral for their Pride concert this year. The theme is Stonewall Rocks. The concert is on June 8th at 7:30 p.m. I hate you. At Church of the Holy Apostles in New York City, which is on 9th Avenue and 28th Street. You can buy tickets at stonewallcorral.org/buy-tickets. If you are not located in NYC, but you would still like to support us, you can also donate to the Stonewall Corral. That goes towards paying musicians, towards renting the rehearsal space, towards renting the performance venue, towards purchasing music. Like, every little bit helps. We are a completely volunteer-run volunteer self-run nonprofit. You're such a shit. For those listening, Rurik now has a bubble machine running in the background while I'm talking.
I hope your floor is sticky later.
Yes. May your floor be sticky.
This is just in
yeah.
honor of your character being blowing bubbles right now. It's been too much for me not to enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer that's going to last. It's only a minute, but we'll see.
It's an hour.
It is not an hour. I don't think it is. It's not an hour, is it? Got me doubting.
It's a minute.
But definitely check out Stonewall, support, get involved, check things out with what they're doing. It's amazing magical works that are happening over there. And we're really appreciative of both our care of community, but also everything else. Thursday, June 8th at 7:30 p.m. They're featuring some special guests and definitely celebrating 46 years of singing out loud and proud.
That.
Since I distracted you, I feel like I should behave a little bit.
I feel like Stonewall's our unofficial sponsor. If you ever want to sponsor our podcast, you too could get this highly distracted.
Yes. Yes.
Sponsored by Adderall.
You can get our focus. It is time for the word of the day.
Word of the day.
Word of
Word
the
of the
day.
day.
Bird.
So the word of the day is pluviophile,
Oh,
which
that's me.
is a person or an animal, whatever, who enjoys the rain and rainy days and likes the sounds and smells of the rainy day.
It me.
I actually knew that one
Beautiful.
Same.
because of
Because
Larissa.
I mean, y'all should just move to the Northwest
I know.
because I'm actually happy to finally have a nice, bright, happy day. And it's been a lot of rainy days in a row. I like that word. That's a fun one. So, yep, advantage on that one if you get it. And let's just jump to the recap, and then we will get into today. I feel like you have been running as a crew for a long time. Do we want to roll for it?
Sure.
Let's go for that. Let's enjoy
Whatever.
watching somebody stumble for their
Let's
words.
fling our dice onto the floor and see what happens.
Oh.
Roll for a recap.
That's a natural
Oh.
20 down on the floor.
Jesus.
It's a natural 20 in my box.
Hang on. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm going to take a picture and prove it to you.
Between Larissa and Jess now.
I'm trying to get my dice up.
Ooh. Oh, that's a pretty dice. I like that.
Okay, here we
Yeah,
go.
Your floor should be a backdrop for dice. That's really gorgeous. All right. Jess, what'd you get? Larissa's holding out and you're holding out. 8.
11.
Congratulations, Jess. You get to remember stuff.
I feel like it's apropos considering the emotional height of last week's
Oh my gosh.
Session
Talk about
kind of
a
is
lot
around-
of things.
Tell me about the murder, Jessica.
Tanzanite is not having a hot moment here. Like she's just gone full murder hobo recently.
So we started mid-battle. Battle-y things happened. The main thing happened is that Tanzanite, in an act of confusion, in the stress of the fight, killed Blackbone, Blackhawk,
Blackwood.
Blackwood,
Yes.
Blackwood.
Maybe that's why Tanzanite killed him. She thought it was someone else.
Got confused.
I'm here to say Blackwood. This is clearly Blackthorn, and he's the enemy.
And then his wife, who hired us to save him from what he was being controlled by, proceeded to
Unalive?
unalive herself. I was trying to remember the political.
Yeah.
She chose not to live without her husband.
Yes. And Tanzanite went into her shadow realm to poorly attempt to apologize for her mistake. And offered to bring them both back or to escort them to the other side, and she said, "Nope, I will be here forever to remind you of what you did," and proceeded to turn into one of my shadows. Her and her husband. And then we're currently at a moment where we think that the fighting is over and we're just kind of standing around.
Okay.
Definition of
That's what I
catching
got.
our breath.
Yeah.
Catch your breath. Take a
Asher was
deep
unconscious
breath.
and did death saves. Who else did? Somebody else did a death save, didn't they? Yeah, you did too.
And there were death
I
saves
almost
in places.
did.
Yeah.
That was like the most beat up we've ever been.
Well,
That made us look like we won that red dragon fight.
I think we have a 90% rating for Jason's last words being the ones right before the transition sound. The prophetic voice. So yes, you are all three of you sitting here in this space place. Let me just fix this background. A moment of breathing, embers of fires and destruction all around you. People in a crowd gaining control over their space and place. And just really quickly, round robin style, maybe, like, what is going through your head? What is your post engagement first thoughts, actions?
Can I go last, and can you send me the info about the possession again?
Yes.
Thanks.
I know Tanzanite's just kind of standing stunned, like trying to go through and calculate what the hell happened, how she made such a dumb mistake that will haunt her forever.
Trixie's thoughts are ow, 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 ow. That hurts. Yep, nope, that hurts. Just like trying to do like an inventory of like
her
the
monk
list.
capacities are now doing like, oh, and here are the traumas I have suffered.
Yeah. It's like, let me just do, the list is shorter of the things that don't hurt at this point.
What doesn't hurt currently?
What were you actually asking?
Yeah.
Or
What's one thing that doesn't hurt on Trixie?
Yeah, what part of Trixie is
I think
hurting?
Well, I'm assuming like in terms of like skin, I'm probably pretty singed. I've been pretty close to a couple of blasts. I've been stabbed multiple times. So I'm going to say anywhere in the abdomen is like out. Maybe my feet. I haven't done any kicking, and I've mostly been like looping around. So
Feet are okay.
yes. Good news. My feet don't hurt. Everything else does.
So just, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just aching and pain is Tanzanite. Trixie. Tanzanite maybe more having a mental moment of just the complex horrors of all the things that you've done in recent moments. Trixie, you've just seen your friends do some things that you knew they are capable of doing things, but you have in the last few moments, the last minute really, as you rescued Blackwood and pulled him out of danger, you've seen Asher destroy an entire group of security members, allies, mistakenly, but still destroyed. You watched Tanzanite kill the person you pulled to safety. And yet you all worked to subvert those who were trying to take over the airship. So I don't know how Trixie's feeling about all of that. And then Asher, what's going through your head?
If I hadn't killed all the guards, I might be arrested right now. I think Asher's struggling with the fact that he threw that grenade, not knowing what it was, and killed a bunch of people, along with a bunch of golems. But still, like, so he's wrestling with that. But also, like, the impression I got from the Shadowheart possession is, does he, like, upon being possessed, does he like see all of the horrific things that Shadowheart has done over the centuries, or does he only like just feel that uncontrollable urge to do evil?
It's the feeling, the uncontrollable urge to do. I mean, it is very much a puppeteering. The history does not stick. You were able to get access to that because of things, but
okay. So right now, Asher's just kind of in shock. I think, like, maybe that, like, he was able to, like, see those things, but they're fading, and then, like, just in general, like, being like a passenger in his own body, like, really freaked him out. And fortunately, he was not able to do anything because Trixie just knocked him the fuck out before he, like,
I think
even take a step. So
let me reframe a little bit. I think
that was a big thing I forgot to say.
When the shadow heart, when you felt it reaching out and grasping hold of you, it hadn't fully taken over. And as terrifying as that experience is, to be taken over in that way, to become a passenger of your body, it hadn't fully done that. And because of the space in which you were at with, in regard to that, you did get to sense some of the history and psyche behind it, especially once you freed yourself from it. And in extricating yourself from its attempt to take over, you did break free, and you have a little bit more metacognition about what this was, including what I would say is that you get the sense that that creation had an urgency to it, a sense of its time was running out and it needed to get this done right now. Like this was one of its last chances. And with that, I would love Tanzanite, roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I think you get to do this with advantage, so I'm just going to look really quickly because I can't give too much away.
Okay. I get to have advantage?
Yes, you will have advantage on this
All right.
intelligence saving throw.
Nat 20.
Nice.
What is the total? That's very important for this one.
21.
Okay.
So not great, but hey, that's 20.
Not horrible.
Wait.
Hey.
Nice addition. So okay. That's good. Asher, could you roll an intelligence saving throw? You do not have advantage on this.
I'm not a smart man. $19. I'm a smart man today.
Okay. And finally, Trixie, would you roll an intelligence saving throw?
Ooh. Wait, is that an 18 or 19? 18. Okay. 24.
Okay. So Asher, you're the first one who is hit with this. And with your roll, you are able to be metacognitive enough to understand what's happening. You understand that this isn't something that you're out of control with. You're in control a little bit. Could I get you to roll a d4?
3.
3. You find yourself in a strange garden of sorts. It's not truly a garden, it's a room. And you know that this is a room, a green room, that leads to a stage. The room's a riot of color, flowers of every hue carpeting the floor. There's even butterflies flitting blossom to blossom. And you can hear the soft tinkling of wind chimes in the breeze. You can hear an audience outside buzzing with anticipation. Their murmurs and whispers create a gentle hum that permeates the walls and fills the room that you're in. You feel as though you're standing in the midst of this magical garden, waiting as the prime poet to take the stage and bring life.
Wood.
You say would from that space of the metacognitive land that you're like aware that this is not real. That's something. This is from something else. And you hear a voice go, "This could be yours. Just help me, and it could all be yours."
No, I'm busy. Sorry.
Well, I suppose not everyone is eager for the world to be a better place. And you see cracks start to form in the shape of this little green room garden repose, and a rectangular shape begins to form, a shape where light pours forth in front of you, beckons to you.
I'm going to turn around and walk away from whatever that is.
Okay. Tanzanite, you're
He's made
next.
enough rash decisions lately. He's not going to just jump on whatever this is.
Tanzanite, you're next. Go ahead and roll a d4.
D4. All right. I need a D4. 4. 4.
4. You wake up in your bedchamber, but you know that this isn't reality. This isn't your bedchamber either, but it is yours. It's the place where you bury the secrets, where you keep the secrets. The room is small and cozy, and a fireplace that burns black and white, crackles softly in the corner. The bed is a 4-poster draped in black velvet, and the sheets are soft and warm. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and you can see dusty tomes and ancient scrolls stacked on them. Secrets. As you lay down in the bed, you feel as though you're enveloped in a blanket of secrets, and you are filled with a sense of wonder and curiosity. If you would help me, this could be yours.
I'm still aware that
You
this
are
isn't real.
aware that this is not real.
Okay. In the bed, can I just like curl up and go, what kind of help would it be?
Well, you've already helped a little. And if you'll help a little more, all will be right. We bring on the age of the gods, don't we?
How have I helped you so far?
Well, you did remove that pest, Blackwood. And that definitely helped. You also stopped them from taking, and stopped me from taking, that glorious creation. But you're there now. You could take it. Just help a sister out.
What is your name?
Oh, as many of us are, I'm known by a few, but I think people's favorite name for me, their preferred name for me, is Tiamat.
I have indeed heard a lot about you.
You haven't heard about me?
I have.
Oh, well. I hope it's all wondrous. So,
Why do you want the thing that we destroyed? The Black Star?
destroyed? No, I can tell that it's still there, that wondrous vessel. You destroyed some bauble of ancient spaces and places, but that's not what I'm after.
What are you after?
I'm after that thing you saved from fire and destruction. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay. What now? What kind of
Wisdom
thing?
saving throw?
Wisdom.
Do I just need to go
18?
through?
You feel for a moment a sense of comfort. Like the being that's talking to you truly cares for you.
Mm-hmm.
And now I need you to roll one of your death throws.
Oh god.
Not a death saving throw, one of your death religion throws.
Yep. I'm just wondering if it should be high or low. What I should be excited about. Ooh, so close. 12.
You feel your shadows are becoming polarized. Usually they're fairly unified under your control, but now there's dissent amongst them. They're individuating. You even worry for a bit that it's Adelaide's fault, but you can't quite pinpoint why they're fracturing in this way. They're no longer wholly yours to command. I am here for you. We can have the future you desire. Trixie, roll a d4.
Oh, things just get better and better.
I'm gonna find it. Okay. When?
You see yourself on your training grounds, tranquil location in the mountains. Martial artists are arrayed before you in simple robes, and they practice their forms in a large courtyard surrounded by ornate buildings. You, their master, with your aged whiskers, stand watching over them with a calm and steady gaze. You move amongst your students, correcting their posture and offering words of encouragement. And the air is filled with the sounds of clashing arms, fists, and the rustling of robes as the martial artists hone their skills. Our future together can be assured.
Interesting that you think that that's the future that I want.
Well, if that's not what you want, what do you wish? And as you have that conversation, that response, I need you to roll another d4.
4.
The vision in front of you swirls, and you find yourself on a coastal hamlet. It's situated along a rocky coastline, and small houses and fisher people's huts are perched on the edge of the sea. And there's a cottage made of sturdy stone, a small garden that overlooks the ocean. And the garden is filled with hardy plants that can withstand the salty sea air. And you can hear the sound of the waves and seagulls. You know that you spend many hours in this garden, reflecting on your past and enjoying ships sail by on the horizon. Is this more in your liking?
Sorry, hang on.
No worries. Since we're doing that, I'm going to pull in the... Nice, Jason, nice.
I'm having fun with sound effects.
It's awesome.
You say together, but I don't see anyone here with me. I don't see whoever you are.
Well, this is the future, not the moment. Would you like to see me?
I guess it depends who you are.
You see a vision appear in front of you, and just like you know this isn't a reality that you're facing, even though you can smell the crispness of the ocean and you can hear the waves crash and the seagulls in the distance, you see this swirling form that shapes long dark hair, parts, black eyes, completely black eyes, dark robes, and before you stands a woman, her smile slight and seductive.
Well,
Is this better?
I guess, well, I mean, it's, I guess, nice to put a face to the voice, but I still don't know who you are.
I am your friend, and hopefully your ally.
Normally I know the names of my friends.
Ah, but do you? Do you really trust those who you've allied with? Have they done as they are supposed to, or they should, or have they hurt more than they've healed?
I believe
Which
that
hand do you offer the world?
whichever one helps the world be a place where people have the freedom to choose to do one or the other.
That sounds like a world I could revel in. Overbearing rules and forced requirements and struggles are just not suited to one such as us. If you do not turn from me, I will assume you are turning with me. Are we of an accord?
I don't ally myself with people that I don't know the names of.
Well, since you ask so politely, my dear, I think you would know me best as Tiamat.
At that point, Trixie just kind of I don't know if how to like mentally do this, but it's just like a yeah, nope, and like a quick U-turn kind of thing.
As you do that U-turn, you see, again, similar to what I described for Asher, a cracking in the visual that you see and a bright glowing rectangle.
I'm going to step through the rectangle.
Okay. Back up to Asher. Asher, you've turned away from the bright glowing rectangle, and in turning away, what you see is the opposition to light. You see a dark vortex ahead of you.
You're muted.
It's fine. I didn't say anything. That's how I feel about all this. I don't like it either way. I guess I'll turn around, go back towards the light.
You turn around, and where the light once was, there's now a swirl of blue. It reminds you a bit of the ocean.
I'm just gonna yell, "All right, let me the fuck out of here!"
The swirl of blue cracks again and transforms, and just verdant green erupts out of that space ahead of you. It forms what looks like an archway.
I'm gonna let out a big sigh and just assume I'm probably about to kill a bunch of people on accident and then walk through the archway, because that's where Asher's headspace is right now.
Awesome. Tanzanite. So, are we allies? Are we friends?
I was so good too. I had said that I don't think you want me as a friend or an ally.
Oh, but I do. Look at your history. Look at what you've done. You've protected the realm from such awful creatures, even if they were your family. Or removed ancient evils before they could truly proliferate, despite their family's love for them. And you've allied yourself with such powerful individuals who seem to be willing to do almost anything for their own ends. You are savage. You are cunning. And you stole your own god's heart.
I don't think I should be allied with anyone. I can't be trusted to do what I'm supposed to do without making stupid mistakes.
Well, with all that power, maybe I should just set you free as the chaotic queen you truly are. You do more for me in a single night than any of my minions have ever done. I love you.
Well, I don't really love me. I'm gonna just go under my covers.
As you go under your covers, you see in front of you a blindingly bright rectangle of light. You
It's just a rectangle of light? Is there anything else? Is there?
are you
Like,
looking
is it-
around?
Yeah, I want to look around, I guess, because I'm trying to understand if, like, in my vision, it's just like blackness with like a square of light, or if there's more.
Even as you think to look around, the square of light winks out, and the next thing you see is a square of utter darkness, darker than anything you've ever seen.
This might be an odd question, but are my shadows doing anything? Can I see my shadows?
Roll
Can
your
I
dark.
feel them?
Roll your death check.
25.
25. They're still divided. Something about this conversation has really messed with the order of your shadows. The single-mindedness is gone. There's differentiation of opinion. There's, dare I say, anarchy.
Can I feel or hear what is dividing them? Or what they're thinking, feeling?
I think it's pretty obvious to you that it's definitely whatever this interaction is doing is causing further and further decisiveness. The more that they're here, the longer that they're here, the more divided they become, the weaker they become. And actually, in noting that they are becoming weaker and being divided, you realize you're becoming weaker.
I am going to. So I see two things. I see the rectangular of light and the
The
square
light
of
disappeared
black.
once you started looking around, and you only have the square
Aw.
of black right now.
Square of black. Can I? Where is this square of light? I'm gonna go out from under my covers and yell.
Roll a d4.
One.
You throw down the covers, and you're no longer where you were before. You are in what looks like an abandoned little hamlet, a little abandoned town. It once was thriving, and you somehow just know this, but now it's in ruins. The houses are dilapidated and overgrown with weeds. The streets are empty and quiet. There's a cottage that looks like it may have belonged to someone who is wealthier or maybe retired. It's one of the few remaining structures, and its garden is a small oasis of life amidst the decay. It's filled with brightly colored flowers and lush greenery, and it's clear that someone has put a lot of love and care into tending it, but it's not yours.
And my shadows are about the same. Maybe
Your shadows
even a
are
little weaker.
further divided and even more chaotic. There's the hint at dissension, at battle amongst them.
Okay. I am going to say out loud and possibly in my head at the same time, because I want my shadows to hear too. And I'm just going to say, I am the goddess of death. I am the one in control, and we are all under one unison. And whatever you are, causing this division. You don't even deserve an ounce more of my thinking. And I'm gonna just
Roll an intimidation check.
stand there angrily. Because I am a god. Okay. Ah. I'm a god, I told you. That's gonna be a plus nothing, so a 17.
You make those statements, and you hear voices. You hear folks that you haven't heard in a while, and one voice you recognize. It was that kind of shadowy figure who's been poking at pots and stirring things and calling themselves the crone and other things along those lines, kind of a keeper of secrets, different secrets. And you hear from them, "We will help you. You are our true sister." And you hear another voice, masculine and wild, and it speaks up. "Little sister, come join the reins with me. We will chase away this foulness." You hear another voice. This one's even more tied to you, and you get the hints of someone very close to you in the voice. And it surprises you, but you hear that last sibling of yours, the one who's still alive, their voice. And they say, "We will let her rot, wither, and fade away." A brighter voice speaks forth, and you hear and feel a sereneness, a bit of just musical space and relaxation suffuses your body, and yet you can't make out a single word. And then you hear one last voice, and you hear them say, "Well, I helped you with the parent issue, and I'm apparently going to help you with your just general being. So, hey, how is my Asher doing? I really like that one." And as that happens, what coalesces in front of you is a series of gateways: the light, the dark, green, water, earth, fire. They just all start to merge, and you see in front of you a very solid gateway of multiple elements. And the last thing you see is a slow tracing of shadows around that gateway. You feel calm from your own shadows. But it's up to you to keep that calm with your decision that you're going to make right now. What decision do you make?
So I guess the only decisions would be to go through or not go through. And I'm going to go through this new gateway of all these elements.
You step through, and the air smells crisp and clean. And you see in front of you Trixie. And Trixie, you've stepped through that space, and you are somewhere you've never been before. Unfamiliar sand and wind-swept space. And you're standing there, a plateau of sorts ahead of you. The air is crisp and clean, and not moments after you've stepped out into this space, you see Tanzanite step out. The two of you stand there on this plateau, sand and wind working together to shape the landscape.
Do I still know whether this is like real or like in my head, or
This is real.
so I'm physically there?
You are physically here. Something has transported you from that airship hangar.
Righty.
I look at Tans and I go, Are you here?
Tanzanite, you also
here,
are
right?
there. You've seen the illusion has disbanded itself, but you've been transported.
Yep, I am here. Wherever here may be.
So, did you talk to Tiamat too?
I did. I take it you did as well?
Yeah. What?
I don't know. Apparently I've been helping them somehow.
Well, that's just not right. They were lying.
No, I've been doing a lot of things wrong, so I'm sure I did something and it retroactively helped her.
But you're not doing things out of malice or with evil intentions. Like, she's just like chaos and evil, like manifested into a being. You're not that.
She says I am. Killed Blackwood.
I'm not.
Oh, and my spirit, all my shadows are like trying to freak out and like cause a mutiny.
Well, I mean, it's probably because you're, feeling conflicted about what happened. If you're doubting yourself, if you're shaken up about that, that's probably how it's manifesting. If you're not showing it outwardly, then like you have some stuff to process. And yes, you made a mistake, but what we just went through was insane. Like, there were people coming at us constantly. We were trying to save a ship from exploding so that more people didn't die. There were golems, there were assassins. Like, you made a mistake. You're
I don't think I'm supposed to make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes. Gods make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Perfect is a lie.
If I look around, I assume I don't see Asher.
You do not see Asher. Roll a perception check, Tanzanite and Trixie.
Perception. Just gonna do it for all of them now.
I was gonna say, do I just need to record doing all of them?
I am 26.
Not so good for me. Only a 16.
Jess, Tanzanite sees around this desert area just a huge expanse, and you also see a kind of cliff that's off to the side that has something pulsing on it. It seems to light up and then fade, almost missing your attention, Tanzanite. Trixie, you see Tanzanite's gaze and try to make out and see nothing of what she sees. But her vision seems to have locked on one particular point as you both talk about Asher.
I haven't seen him. I'm assuming he's still back wherever we were, unless he's in the same boat we were, in which case he's talking to her.
How far am I from this like blinking, pulsing thing?
It's within easy 50, 60 feet to walk in to get a better line of sight on it.
Trixie, I'm gonna go look at. There's a thing blinking. I'm gonna go look at it.
Well, don't leave me. I'll come with you.
Okay.
Don't leave me alone.
I just grab her hand and I start going. She's
Okay.
As you're pulled forward and dragged forward,
but with
Trixie,
caution, not just like ah.
yeah, you notice a faint sparkle on the side of this kind of desert cliff face, and you see both of you as you get closer. Tanzanite first catching better side of it. The pulsing is coming from a light fluctuation inside of a crystal structure. It's the same color as the sand, but the crystalline structure is changing just enough to create that pulsing look. And you can see these intricate designs and embellishments on this sand turned jewels. You almost feel a sense of anticipation as you get closer to that gateway and a little bit of wonder. And you can see that there's a pinpoint or pinprick of light, but it's being held closed. Asher.
Are there any bubbles?
Huh?
Are there any bubbles?
Where you're at right now?
No, the crystal shiny.
No.
Never mind.
No.
I was giving you an opportunity to blow bubbles again.
Oh, yeah. Every time I talk to Trixie, I should just blow bubbles. I love it. It's great. You're the bubble queen.
Bubble pirates.
Pirate Trixie, the bubble maker.
Now this is just one piece. That's all I'm saying. Like we've just become one piece.
Asher, you are in that space. What have you had any thoughts?
I went through the arch. I'm waiting to see what happened.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. So you've gone through that arch, and I need you to roll a d4.
Where did it go? 3.
Ooh. You go through that archway and you come out to this little dark hamlet. This hamlet is a little foreboding and eerie. Crooked buildings and twisted trees, like a dark side Dr. Seuss drawing. But you can see that there's this little cottage that stands out as a bright spot in that darkness. It has a tiny little garden, but it's a vibrant sanctuary, and it's filled with moonflowers and night blooming jasmine, and there's a sweet scent that hangs in the air. You can hear the sounds of howling wolves and rustling leaves, and you can sense there's a little danger that lurks in the shadows.
I'm going to say this spell's getting old. Time to wave my hands and shout, "Dispel!" Poof, it's gone, and I'm going to try to dispel magic to get out of whatever I'm in.
You reach into your capacities as a magic wielder, and you find that they're gone.
Oh.
Well,
now I just feel dumb. I was just shouting bad poetry into the dark.
You go to cast that spell, and you don't have any magic.
I guess I will go over to the cottage.
Okay. You approach the cottage. It's a
and
cottage.
Open the door.
You go in.
The door.
I suddenly wake up in a bathtub with no kidneys.
You find yourself in a dimly lit space. The walls are covered with a tattered black cloth that seems to be alive and kind of eerily sways in a non-existent wind. There's a bed. It's a one-room cottage, and it's made of a coarse black fabric. And while it's the centerpiece of the room and it has 4 poster risers, you see those 4 posters and you see blackened fingers crawling their way upwards towards the sky. And even as you notice this, the air gets heavy with the scent of decay, and you start to hear whispers and moans coming from the walls.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like, yep, nope, and I'm just gonna turn around and walk back out of the cottage.
You turn to walk back around out of the cottage. Can you roll a d4? Let's go down. How many d4s we roll game?
4.
4. You step out and you're no longer in that dark space. You're in a training ground. It's in a forest clearing, and you can see martial artists in styles very similar to your friend Trixie's, practicing their forms on a grassy field surrounded by tall trees. And you see the master as this red squirrel, old, rugged, teaching her students how to fight with weapons as well as their bare hands. You see her demonstrate each technique with precision and skill, and her students desperately striving to emulate her movements. The air is filled with the sound of clanging staves and the rustling of leaves as the martial artists learn from their master.
I'd be like, this is getting old. Are you still there, creepy voice lady?
No answer. It doesn't seem like the martial artists even hear you.
What's the setting again? There's like the training field. Do you say there's a cliff or something?
You're in a kind of a forest clearing.
Okay.
It's like an outdoor training ground of sorts. It looks well used, like it's been used many times, but it's a grassy field surrounded by really tall trees.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to go over to old Trixie, I think, and be like, how do I get out of here?
As you speak to old Trixie, they continue through with their form, and you see their shovel slice clear through you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
You may call me old Trixie.
You do not know the power
I fail.
of
That's
the
a 4.
old Trixie. You rolled a 4?
I rolled a 4.
What's that total?
4.
Oh, yes, you failed. I did not expect that. It's been a while since this has happened.
I mean, I fail every wisdom saving throw I make because
I mean, you can't. I mean, this wasn't super high, but like,
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I promise.
yeah, you're not laughing, but now I have to roll a bunch of d8s.
Oh no.
It's okay. I rolled low. So that's 16 plus 6 is 22 points of damage.
Oh no.
You take 22 points of psychic damage.
Oh
I hope you're okay.
I've got 5 health left. I'm fine.
Beautiful. You're fine. You're totally fine. Yeah. And as you take that damage, the illusion around you erupts into fire, and a bright light encircles you and pulls you through. And Jess, Larissa, Tanzanite, and Trixie watch that little pinpoint in the midst of that crystalline structure expand suddenly and shoot out a little ray off into the sand. And there, where it hits, you see the sand burn and smolder for a second before the glass reforms itself into Asher. Looking a little bit more abused than you last saw him, even though he's been pretty beat up as it is.
I'm gonna run over to him and like
Asher, you see young Trixie running at you with her shovel and everything.
I'm gonna pull up my gun and be like, "Don't!"
Dude, stop! It's just me. What?
You just almost killed me.
No, I didn't. You just showed up here.
Am I like aware now that this is no longer weird?
You are aware that this is not the illusory place.
Are you?
As far as we know, yes. We're actually here. We don't know how we got here. Do you?
No. There was a creepy voice that was like offering me fame and fortune or something, and I told it to get fucked, and then ran through a bunch of weird dream places until a very old version of you hit me with a shovel and almost killed me, and then I woke up here.
Were you on a mountain?
I was in a forest clearing.
On a mountain. Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that too. It's also really weird to see like an expected older version of yourself. It's a little humbling.
Well,
So-
none of us are going to see old age, so we're fine.
What?
What?
No, what'd you just say?
I said the way today's going, I'm not sure any of us will see old age.
Okay, well, creepy voice. I'm assuming if you spoke to the same person we did. It's summer in Inwood. The bikes are out.
Mm-hmm.
If you spoke to the same voice that we did, fun fact, that was Tiamat.
Oh man!
So,
I
mean,
She told her to get
asked
fucked.
these things I could have said to her and chose not to. I didn't use the words "get fucked." Now I wish I had.
Ah.
But I can I like take a look at you? You look a little rougher than the last time I saw you.
Yeah, I don't feel very good.
I'm gonna go over and just kind of like poke and prod and use a couple of key points to.
I would like to take a rest before we do anything else. And I'm just gonna like lay my head down where I'm at.
Okay.
Planning to just rest just here in the sand? Should we at least try to find a form of shelter?
I mean, looking around, is there like any way that we can't see anything coming? And two, like, what's the weather like? Is it going to be hot, as in like a desert kind of?
It's definitely hot. It's hard to tell exactly what time it is. It feels like it might be cooling off, but you can't see the sun because the cliff face is currently standing in such that you can't see that section of the sky.
19 points, Jason.
You are in the shadow of that cliff face, and you probably where you were before, was evening. Things are a little messy here. It's harder to tell if you're still even in the same time zone, so to speak.
I mean, we could try to find shelter and water, but I have no idea where we are.
Me either.
And do you both feel up to it?
I'm just gonna like hands down, like push myself begrudgingly to my feet.
We can stay here and rest, but we'll just have to. Someone will. Why don't you two rest? I'll take like a first watch.
Are we
I
gonna?
mean, if nothing come. Even if something does come, whether it's now or in a bit, we're all a little tired, anyways. So
Are we
might as
gonna
well
like
just rest?
sleep, or Larissa's asking, are we short rest or long resting?
I say go for a long rest and see if we can make it that long, and if not, we'll tackle that then.
All right.
We at least get an hour and get our health points back.
I'm gonna. I think I still have rations in my bag. Maybe not.
Tanzanite, since you're offering to take first watch, can you just roll a d12 for me?
Mm-hmm. Without anything?
Just a d12. You're
Ooh.
going to choose what happens.
A
Whoa.
4.
Okay.
Roll that encounter table, baby. It's never good when they start out by typing.
Well, it's hard to like set things up correctly without the right information. You know, just the tiny little things. You.
Excuse me.
Sorry, you okay?
I just sneezed.
Nice. As you're sitting there, Tanzanite and your two friends are trying to like kind of get into a comfortable position. You hear some strange noises off in the distance. You hear a clanking noise, and then two voices. Then they seem to be arguing. The voice is just like higher pitched, almost youthful, but the physical noises are loud and herd of elephants comes to mind as you hear this.
Ow.
You see sand billowing up from above the cliff above you.
Is that sand like falling directly on us, or is it?
It's
going?
falling over the cliff. It's not directly on you, like it's not intentionally your direction, but it's like just like it was knocked loose and knocked down.
But we're outside of that falling.
Yeah,
area.
you're not in any imminent danger of that sand.
I'm gonna just stay quiet and hope it moves on, and let my companions rest, and not wake them yet.
That's what I was gonna roll to see if I snored.
Roll to see if you snore.
I don't.
Nice.
I had to roll a 15 or higher, and I rolled a 15.
You hear those voices. They're not leaving Tanzanite, and they're getting louder. Your friends have been resting for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so, and the voices up above are definitely going to disturb them if they don't quiet down.
Tanzanite casts Fireball.
You can vaguely make out that there are words being exchanged, but your understanding of it is not clear. It's not a language you speak.
I'm going to this is so hard. I'm gonna let. Why is this so hard?
More sand begins to fly over as another loud clashing is heard. Trixie and Asher, could you both roll perception checks?
Good. Maybe they'll just wake up and I don't have to feel as bad.
All I can
18.
think of is the quote from A League of Their Own, where he's like, "Of course it's hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Being hard is what makes it great." Sorry. All right. 17.
Both of you are disturbed from your rest. Your short rest is interrupted in that moment. Asher and I guess Trixie, because you have the ridiculous language ability, you actually make out what's being said, but you only catch the tail end of it where I think, Asher, you hear, "Not fair, not fair. You almost pushed me off." And then you hear another voice, "Oh, I almost won. I'm the best." That last bit being what definitely woke you both up. Like the other's like kind of like somewhere between like a dream and reality as more sand falls down the cliff face just off of you all.
Trixie wakes up and goes, "No more fire."
Do you? Okay.
What language is it? Do I know that language?
Yes, you do know that language. And after a moment of rubbing the need for sleep out of your brain, you realize it's Draconic.
No.
Nope. And you continue to hear voices go, if I get you off, then it's all mine. And you hear, no, screeching. You can see now Tanzanite and Asher and Trixie, since you're awake, you can see a bronze tail come flying over the cliff and then slowly make its way back out of sight. And then you hear another, "Ha ha ha, I won, I'm winning, you're going down." And then another voice and a quick flash of two bronze wings, both right-handed wings, flashing over above you, blotting out what little bit of sun comes through. You hear another voice scream out, "I've got you now!"
Those dragons are really loud.
And I just kind of like reach over and I just like smack my hand over Asher's mouth. And I look at him and I mouth the words, "Shut up."
As you continue to do this, and you...
I lick her hand.
I don't move my hand.
Gross. You hear, "I see it. It's mine, Zephron. You can't have it. It's mine. I won't let you take it without a fight, Dragath." And then you see like a puff of smoke kind of waft over the top of the cliff face. And it begins to descend towards you. This
What?
puff of smoke.
Oh.
And you continue to hear, "You're welcome to try, but I'm going to take it. I won't back down easily. I'll expect no less from you. But make no mistake, I am the superior. This lair will be mine."
I just kind of look at Tanzanite and Asher, and I do like one of these, like,
that
get the
layer of
fuck outta
smoke
here.
comes down and it's almost reaching you all.
like,
Like it's going to...
yeah. I look at them and I'm like,
I'm gonna get up and just walk away.
I follow behind Trixie.
So the three of you are moving away. Are you moving quickly or quietly?
As quickly as I can go quietly.
Sure.
Okay,
that
this
mean?
is a choice between getting out of the smoke or not necessarily getting out of the smoke, but being stealthy. Are you more interested in getting away from the smoke before it lands, or are you more interested in being sneaky?
Considering where we're all at, I would say
Yeah.
getting away from
Yeah,
the
I'm just
smoke.
gonna try to not be in the smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all full speed racing out and away from the smoke. You
Can we
hear
do
a
it where
voice.
we're still running like along the cliff, like underneath.
Okay. You continue to hear the voices argue back and forth. Could I get you to... No, that's fine. Okay, cool. You move away from the smoke and you hear the voices behind you get a little bit quieter. And now as you're moving out of range, it's harder to make out. And you think you hear arguing, but it's decreasing in volume.
I turned to Tanzanite because I'm assuming she didn't understand any of that, and I don't think Trixie remembers or knows that Asher speaks Draconic. It says they were arguing over something like a spot, or like they were both trying to claim something, but like, I don't know. I mean, hard to tell whether they're friendly or not, but we're not in any shape to deal with them if they're not.
Yeah.
As you say that, Asher, you make out the words, ready. Very obvious, too loud a whisper. You hear another one, ready. The two that were arguing now seem to be in collusion.
I'm gonna say I'm very tired. There's no rest for the wicked. Need to pick me up, and I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds at 5th level, which will be 22 health for everybody.
Hey, 122 and an eighth. 122 and an eighth.
As you say that, you see a bronze flash in the air as one of the creatures jumps from the cliff face down towards you. Right after that, another bronze streak, 2 streaks of bronze heading down towards you. Any reaction from any of y'all? Other than the heal that just went off and
I'm going to, because
pounce.
Do I not hear them?
You
said Asher did, but
you hear them.
Okay. I'm gonna do like a quick and then I'm gonna turn around and put my hands on my hips and just go, "Oi, we know you're there."
As these 2 large shapes land in the sand, thump, thump, glowing eyes staring at you, 2 pairs of eyes, so 4 eyeballs. They speak. Oh no.
Of course we speak.
Aww. And you can see them, they're kind of like crouch walking, trying to circle around you, but all 3 of you as they move around.
I'm sorry, are you like trying to flank us or something?
No, don't worry. It's just checking you out.
What do you want?
The other one that hadn't said checking you out says, I want the lair.
Fine, you can have it.
No, well, he's arguing with me and clearly being ridiculous.
I'm going to say we're all too tired to guess another language. Here, let me help you. I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages on Tanzanite. Which I think would... That is, wait, shit, is that a written thing? Maybe I'm not going to do that.
No, isn't it tongues?
Oh, yeah.
Tongues?
Yeah, so I cast that on Tanzanite so she can understand that.
You see the one that had just said, we're not trying to flank you. It's mine. It has the best view, and I'm the oldest.
Great. What does that have to do with us?
Well, you're interesting in here, and you can see the one that was originally speaking says, Drogoth. They can decide. No! Zephyrian, you're insane. Let's just snack on them and then be done with it. They're probably awful.
You really don't want to do that. I'm having a bad day.
Well, your lair isn't being stolen by your older, annoying sibling, so I don't think you're having that bad a day.
I've almost died like 3 times today. I'm just going to make you explode if you try to fuck with me. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You see the one that was named Drogoth, or named by the other one as Drogoth, just glares at you. I'll make you go away forever.
All right. Give me your arguments, and we will decide your lair problem, and then we'll go our separate ways.
You see both of them just perk up enormously and kind of like settle on their haunches like puppy dogs. Okay. Well, so it should belong to me because the Eastern light is just so brilliant in the morning. And we really, really need, like, we're supposed to be independent, but now it's too hard. And this realm is just rough for us. So we just got to figure this out. And then the other one turns back and is like, that's my argument. You can't steal my words. That's exactly what I said not half an hour ago when we started wrestling for it. And then, of course, you interrupted the wrestling because you said there was prey down here, which clearly they're not.
How big is the lair?
Well, it's like 2 dragon lengths, maybe 3. We're going to make it bigger. Well, I'm going to make it bigger, not him.
Why don't you make it bigger together and share it?
Ugh, sharing is caring. Ugh, gross. I don't want to sleep with him anymore. I had to sleep with him for 20 years. That's awful.
That does sound awful.
You know what? You're not a good arbitrator. I'm done with you. I need you to make a intelligence saving throw.
$18.
Trixie and Tanzanite, you see Asher disappear.
Son of a bitch.
So much better. Okay, now it's up to the 2 of you. They both look back and forth. Between you, Trixie, and you, Tanzanite. Your friend has just disappeared.
You better make him come back or I'm not going to decide anything. Or you can make me disappear too.
Oh, good. You disappear as well. Trixie just is gone. Tanzanite, just you. 2 very young bronze dragons.
All right. I'm going to look at both of them. And I'll say, you clearly know what you 2 are doing. If you can be kind enough to tell me where my friends are, I will help. I will be the one to make the decision for you.
Oh, that would be lovely. Love to tell you. They're where they belong.
What does that mean? Is that in your lair?
No, they're where they belong, like you.
Oh, so I don't belong here.
No,
Okay.
you are messy.
Now, in order to make my decision, I must see your lair.
Okay. And the 2 young bronze dragonlings just start trudging up and around and up the cliff face. And it probably takes you a solid hour, 2 hours to get up there. Asher and Trixie, as they're escorting your friend Tanzanite up and around the cliff face, Asher, you're the first to appear back in the hangar. And then Trixie appears not too long after you.
Like how much?
You can
tell how
see
much
that
time has
people
passed?
are like patching up the space and that there are folks there. Nobody's quite noticed you two yet, but there is work to rectify whatever had gone and transcended and occurred. But you appear right back at the last spot you were on the ground of this aircraft hangar, or of this of the airship hangar. I guess airships are technically aircraft, so that would still work too.
Where is Tanzanite?
Wherever she is, she's being too nice.
Probably.
I'm assuming she's still where we just were, wherever that was.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a different plane or if that was a different continent, or I don't know.
Are the two of you trying to be quiet, or are you like just standing there having this chat?
I'm
We're
too
just standing
tired. Yeah,
Okay.
too tired
here. Too
to.
old for this shit.
Too old for this.
I think Asher's what, 20 now?
Yeah, as you sit there having this conversation, just roll a perception check.
Perception! Perception!
Man, they just keep getting lower and lower. 14.
12.
Nope, we don't give a fuck.
We're too tired. We need to sleep.
You don't make it out until they're much closer to you, but you see two guards, fresh from the other spaces. They're clearly not attired in the gear of the airship space or any of the other regalia. They look like, beat cops. They came in out of Canyonville streets, and they come up to you, and you don't notice it until they're almost on you as you're having this conversation, and you overhear them saying, "Is that really them? It must be. I mean, look at them. They look like crap, but they kind of look at each other, looking disbelieving. Should we salute them or arrest them?" And the second guard nods. Absolutely. One of those.
How about neither, guys? Yes, it's us. We have been through it, so yes, we look like crap. No, you don't have to salute us. And we're not trying to run. We understand shit happened, but we were trying to save the airship from being destroyed or stolen or something. Right now, we just need to figure out where our friend is, wherever we just got whisked off to and now are back from. So I appreciate the fact that you want to do your jobs, but
You're back. You're back. Oh my gosh, sound the alarm. Sound the alarm. Let everyone know they're back. One of them goes racing off to sound an alarm, apparently. You see two more guards approaching as this is going on. Ah, you've returned. So good, so good, so good. You really are the finest warriors ever. The guard who did not run off
We're getting
like
really mixed messages from you
caught
guys.
with a half salute, and they keep changing their mind.
please don't salute. Just let us rest here while we wait and see if our friend shows up.
Oh, welcome. You are our heroes. No, thank you. I'm so glad to have you back. Are we gonna have to kill you? Like, is that what? I don't. We have no idea what fully happened, but like, we know a lot of our people died. But then the airship's still there, which is good. But then, a lord and a lady are dead. That we saw. Like, apparently, your friend killed. I don't understand what's going on, and they're just like, there's just a barrage of confused questioning going on
Tired.
as you two just sit there slumped.
Okay, well, can you, whoever's in charge of you and would need to know the answers to what happened, can you just bring them here instead of us having to go anywhere? I would really like to not have to move.
Yeah, Januel probably went to do that. Sound the alarm is really just go and find somebody in charge.
Okay, so we'll wait here.
Oh, good. I guess we have to watch you. Can you not kill us if we're watching you? And then they point over and you see like the little blasted imprints where bodies had been removed.
I look at Asher and I just go, really, dude?
I love it. The shrug.
I didn't do anything on purpose.
Yeah,
just an accident.
Yeah. Even if it's not on purpose, it still happened and we have to own it. So.
As you continue to have this dialogue and you're waiting and you're being patient and you're exhausted, Tanzanite, eventually these two bronze dragons lead you up to a...
Can I just add something real fast? Because it's what I was hoping to throw in. On our way up, I would have attempted a sending spell.
Okay. Who are you sending to? And
to Trixie. Basically, as soon as I said, like, well, I must see your place.
Okay.
So they mark that off. And I'm just going to say... I know where you went. I will join as soon as I can. I am fine now. Tell you if anything changes. Love you. Okay, bye!
can you roll a D100, please?
Me or Trixie?
You, Tanzanite.
Me, okay.
Answers the plant question.
Yeah. I might have to do it on here. Oh, here it is. It's still on my phone. What?
Oh, where it is? Oh. Do you want me to roll it?
Okay, I got it. I finally got it. Okay. And go. Wait. Go. Wait. Go. It's not going.
I think I'm getting go whiplash here.
Okay, got it. I got it. I had to insert something. 88.
88. Trixie, you get that message loud and clear. You have the opportunity to respond if you would like to.
Yep. Back at hangar. Talking to guards. Not sure how things will go over. Or how to get back to you if needed. Stay in touch.
Roll a D100 for me, Trixie.
$63.
Cool. Goes through. You get the feedback, Jess. Tanzanite knows that, and you are walking after these two young bronze dragons. they do show you the entrance to what looks like a really crappy spot. Like shadowed. The eastern exposure that they were talking about is a bare sliver. They gesture you forward with their snouts. Please. Who deserves this glorious palace?
They should have kept together with the fabricate spell, I'm just saying.
And it's not very large, right?
No, it's amazing that they even can get their own bodies in here. They're not huge, but they are large, and so it's a small hovel of a space.
Mm-hmm. If I happen to turn around... Oh wait, no, that was somewhere else. Never mind. Okay. I'm going to pretend like I'm going around and just going, yes, okay. And then this one said, and then I want to turn around and go, I've made my decision.
Yes. What is your plan? What are we doing?
Okay. Once I tell you my decision, you must first honor it and do as I say, and second, return me to where you sent the others.
We just banished them.
Okay, well, you will do that to me once you are done.
Okay. And if we don't like your answer, we're banishing you.
You will like my answer, because I am a god.
You see like two quirked draconic eyebrows. One of them sniffs you. She has potential. The other one's like, no.
And I go, hush. I will now decree my decision.
The one who said no just rolls its eyes as draconically, sarcastically as possible.
And I simply say, this is no lair. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Time to grow up and find a proper lair. And I'm going to point and say, leave and go find it.
But banish me first.
They both look at each other. Could you roll a persuasion check?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. What's my persuasion? Let's see. I think it's nothing.
Persuasion.
Plus 0, so that's 17.
Okay. With a 17, they both look at you for a second. The one who was kind of smirking, kind of like considers this. Wait a second. These things might know good places. And we know where they go to. And the other one looks at us. Oh, so she's saying we should go look for a home in her place. That makes sense. And both snouts point at you at the same time. And suddenly you're in the warehouse, but so are they.
Oh, no.
And Trixie and Asher, you are surrounded by 3 guards, not surrounded so much as just like being hovered over by 3 guards. There's a procession of some officious looking folks kind of being escorted or ushered along by the other guard who had run off in a different direction, slowly making their way off in the distance, barely blurry pinpricks of people at this point. And now suddenly there's 2 young bronze dragons and your friend Tanzanite maybe 30 feet away from you, close to the airship.
Oh, shit.
Uh,
Hi, guys.
I'm going to look at the dragons and say, this is not what we agreed upon. You need to go back and find your lair.
No, this is perfect. We're going to go with you. You're ours. You're our pet.
I'm no one's pet.
Yep, she's our pet. What do we call her? We have to name our pets. And they start to get into a little bit of an argument in Draconic. about what to name you.
Oh, by the way, comprehend language is expired if you were gone for 2 hours. So this is all probably just nonsense.
Oh yeah, now it's become old nonsense at this point. Then yeah. Do you just see the two dragons arguing over your head?
I just look at Asher and Trixie and just go, I can't do anything right. Just
They say that you are their pet now, and they're trying to think of a good name for you.
I might as well be a pet. I was trying to tell them to find a new lair, and they decided to come here to do that. It's not
Do they have like, like some depictions of dragons have like horns or something on their chins?
They do have two horns at their chins
Mhm.
coming out, but theirs are like tiny little nubs.
Okay.
You've seen much older dragons in your time in Atland, and these just seem very immature in all the ways that count. Like their crest horns are a little too snubbed and short. Their wings, their bodies, they seem small, while their tail is kind of adorned with a fin-like structure, which gives them a kind of semi-aquatic look. They have a crest of a similar look. They just look young, and their behavior just makes you think that they're immature.
I'm gonna look at the guards and be like, I'm not going anywhere. I just gotta go take care of a thing.
The guards are just staring. Their attention on you is gone because they're staring at two dragons.
All right, I'm gonna start walking over to the dragons, be like, "Oi!" And I point to one and I go, "Answer fast. Bahamut or Tiamat?"
Yeah. Who?
You, Bahamut or Tiamat?
I don't. Is that a food?
Okay, listen, guys. We're not your pets. Nobody here is your pets. If you want to grow up to find better lairs, you need to get along with all of us, or things are going to get ugly. So you can run off and find your own lair, or you can try to make us your pets, and you're really going to regret it. So it's really kind of your choice.
You see both of their
Because
heads.
you are in our world now.
You see both of their heads are looking at Tanzania going, she's not going to help us? What a waste of a tour guide. Terrible real estate mannerisms. What's that?
I have an idea. How about we get you guys some sweet lairs, and in return, you agree to live at this town and help to protect it?
Roll a persuasion check.
Please don't grit fail.
What is my persuasion? Okay.
It's been a while since you've had to roll that.
25.
You can see both of them just kind of like considering your words. Oh, she's the manager. Our pet's the manager, and this is the realtor. Okay, so you're saying we could exchange protection. And when they say protection, you can see that's like an unfamiliar word to them. And then the other one speaks of us. Just stood up to us. I like her. She's kind of spunky. I think I'm going to name her Frederica.
Sorry, Rurik. Can you say that again?
I think I'm going to name her Frederica. So what'd you say, Asher?
Oh, I said, what's the draconic word for chutzpah?
Chutzpah, yes. Yeah. Well, as long as it's eastward facing, then I'm down for it. And the other one was like, yeah, I mean, if that's what you got working out here, I don't know what protection is, but...
Well, there's dragons that like to attack this town, so we could use dragons to help defend this town. That's protection.
Oh,
You guys like to fight?
I mean, we wrestle, but like, how big are we're kind of young.
Yeah, they vary from your size to much older.
You see the one that did not describe Trixie as having chutzpah in Draconic say, it's really our job to protect the weak.
I mean, they are very evil.
And these pets are just little pets, and we're big compared to them. So maybe this is like when, like, we get to be the protectors early because they're little.
And I do one of these. I raise my hand till I have both of theirs attention.
Yes, Frederica?
That's not my name. And call me a pet again. And you're going to regret it.
I really like her. She's really got fire. She's a good pet.
I am going to charge whichever one called me a pet, and I am going to try to unarmed attack it.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
We should change the name of this episode to How to Tame Your Dragon.
Or dragons, how to tame their...
That one's probably not going to hit. 13.
You go to hit, and the dragon just like curls its scales against you and wraps you up and holds you in that most undignified of positions. Aww. Adorable little creatures. You're a good Frederica.
I'm going to punch again.
Okay.
That's a 24.
That hits.
Oh, yeah. No, that's right. That's 11 points. I'm going to use a key point for Flurry of Blows. That's a 27.
That hits.
8 more points. And then for my second... That
For
is
my
a
second trick.
That's a dirty 20. And I'm also going to use Hand of Harm. So that's another key point. Where is it? I don't know what my martial arts die is. 1 key point to deal extra necrotic damage to equal 1 roll of your martial arts die.
That's your, I think it's your damage for your whatever your martial attack was. So if you were fists, it would be your unarmed die.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think.
So this is the
We can check
regular
that later.
damage. Regular damage is... Hold on. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it's extra necrotic. Okay, so regular damage is 12 plus 5 points necrotic damage.
You hear the other one laugh as the one that's trying to like hold you is like holding you further away from its body now, going, it's feisty. It's so feisty.
I really wish I was a barbarian right now because I'm so angry.
I would like to rage. As it's holding you out there a little bit from its body, you can see that it's trying to decide what to do with you. It's looking at you and your rage and all the things, and it's, are you done trying to scratch my scales?
Hey, new guys. if you're going to live here, you're going to have to learn to treat the people here as equals.
Pets.
Equals.
We take care of our pets.
Who's the one that said pets?
Same one that's holding you still.
I attack again.
I need you to make an athletics, a contested athletics thing first.
Is that just a check?
Yeah, it's athletics versus athletics, or you can use if you make a case for how you're going to be like super flippy or something like that. Use acrobatics instead, like slippery, wiggly, or
I guess it depends on how it's got me. Obviously, my arms are free.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything that wouldn't involve using my shovel to get free.
Okay. So then I'd just do the strength.
That was a
The
17.
athletics check. Yeah, you struggle free of its claws, and as you plop down, it just looks at you. Oh, are you just angry?
She doesn't like
It
to be
has a
called
death
pet.
wish.
It has a death wish? No. We're going to keep it alive.
No, Jessica said that.
Well, they can't understand you anyway, so.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it can understand. She can understand him. It understands Tanzanite.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna essentially like now rush at its body, like essentially drawing my shovel.
Trixie! Stop trying to murder the dragon.
As you're running at it, trying to, you can hear and see it whisper something and push something out of its hands a little bit. And I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw as you see it drop a little copper piece.
It's a 26.
Okay. You feel a question directed directly at you, and you just block it in your rage and your frustration, and you can tell that it was checking your thoughts, but all it's picking up is the rage, and you will have advantage on any divination checks in the future for the next 24 hours. But you can tell that it was trying to ask you a question directly to your brain. And you shoved that question away in your rage, and go ahead and roll your attacks.
19.
19 hits.
Okay. Actually, it's what did I roll? A 9. It's actually a 22. Sorry.
I forgot I was using my shovel.
Where are my charges for my shovel? I never know where to find them. Where is it? I don't know where they are. I'm just gonna mark it down. That is. Oh, there they are. What? Oh, there we go. That is 16. No, 15 plus. It's a D6. 2 force damage, so 18 damage total. I'm gonna do another swing. That is a 19.
Hits.
That is 16 points of damage. And then I'm gonna do my I'm trying to remember. Bonus action unarmed strike doesn't cost anything, right? I don't have to use a key point.
Yeah, that's just a regular
Yeah.
follow-up if you're not using the flurry of
Okay.
blows.
That is a 26. And that is 13 points of damage. And as I'm hitting, I'm just going, I am so sick of dragons telling me what to do!
This dragon, as you do this and you're pounding on it, just you can see it take a deep breath, and then, and as its lips are going, you see this wave of energy echo out from out it. And I need everybody to make a strength saving throw, including my guards.
Strength saving throw.
I fail.
You are knocked
Ooh.
30 feet back, 40 feet back away from the dragon.
Not in.
That
Oh
one.
no!
You're knocked 40 feet away from the dragon, skidding along the ground and bouncing. I need you, Tanzanite, to make a dexterity saving throw. Nat one being what it is.
19?
Great. You cartwheel a little bit, but catch yourself and you don't take any damage from being knocked back that far.
Good.
Trixie, what'd you roll?
22.
You stand through this wave of energy that's pushing everything else, including the other guards, back and out of the way, and you just see respect suddenly flash in the dragon's eyes. He goes, "Oh, you're strong. I like you."
Say, you don't belong here. Go home.
Nope. This is a good place. You're good. And bigger dragons come on, I'll call you.
What? Bigger dragons what?
Come and I'll call you. It's
I'm like
making
looking my way back
illogical
over.
leaps in thinking. It's young and dumb.
I'm gonna go up to one of the guards and be like, "We're gonna need a guard trainer and a school teacher."
And a school teacher.
The other dragon kind of comes up and it's kind of looming behind you, Trixie, but you hear the voice say, pardon me.
Do you have any Grey Poupon? Sorry.
My sister's a little acquisitive. And they kind of push the other bronze dragon back, who's just kind of acquiescing at this point. But their eyes are still like swirling pools of bronze color staring at you. Leave the small creatures to their devices. They offered us a place. We will check it out, make decisions.
Wait. Hold on. 1 second. Do the thing again.
The one that's being pushed back.
The thing
Kinda
with my brain. Do it again.
Stares at you a little bit, and then you feel that pressure again. Are you resisting?
No. And I'm specifically thinking about all of the dragon attacks and everything that we've been going through and the fact that there are good dragons and bad dragons, and I'm letting them see all of it.
Are you a good dragon or a bad dragon?
I had that thought earlier.
Yeah, you just see its eyes swirling more, and then it turns to its brother, and she says, we don't want to be here. They're dealing with the Great Scourge. We should just go back home.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying.
And with that, they both poof out of existence. Kind of a vacuum of air as their large bodies are removed from space and place. And you're all...
You can cancel the guard trainer and the school teacher.
And I say, kids, and then I sit down and I cross my legs and I just like put my head in my hands and I'm just like this, and then I'm not moving because I'm still waiting for whoever's in charge to come.
Meanwhile, there's
Yeah.
probably a 40-year-old guard over there going, "Oh, kids."
Yeah, and what happens next is literally that your parents are not parents.
I was gonna say,
Sorry,
oh yeah.
I'm tired. Nee approaches with a group of other individuals, and it's Nee, the mayor of Canyonville, the current acting chief. They work usually as a trio, but this person has the designation of mayor. They're in charge of general civil spaces and such. The other two individuals who represent Canyonville are not around at this
city
moment.
administrator.
Pretty much the person who gets the crap job, rotating job responsibilities, but they're currently in the hot seat for the crap job. And they approach you all and begin to ask you questions about what just occurred with the battle. How forthcoming are you all?
I'm just gonna be honest. I was like, hey, I didn't know what that thing was. I was just trying to throw it at the golem. I didn't know it would make them all explode. I didn't know that they were that flammable. I didn't know that the thing would explode. It was an accident.
Tanzanite, Trixie, do you corroborate this or?
Yeah, I mean, I would go on to say that we were asked to investigate what was going on with this one dude and an amulet that he was wearing, and we figured out that it was possessing him, and unfortunately, as kind of collateral damage, he ended up being unalived, but we knew that there were agents of essentially the enemy, I guess, attempting to steal the airship, and so we were kind of fighting multiple fights at once, and then and now we're here and we're tired and we would like a nap.
Yeah, that.
Tanzanite's just standing like tall and regal, even though she's not trying to be regal, but like absolute blank face.
Like it, I want to say like war is messy and collateral damage happens, but also like it was not my intention, and I feel awful. Like I think I need to take responsibility. I think I wasn't careful enough, and I don't know what to do. I never had any training. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I grew up mopping floors in a tavern.
I walk over to Asher and I give him like not a hard, but a substantial slap on the cheek. I'd be like, dude, you just got to own up to it. We all do. Like, we all make decisions where we all make mistakes. Just whatever they see fit. This is however we have to atone, we have to do it.
You see Nee is just remaining pretty quiet throughout this, and the mayor continues. We don't know what to do with you. You can't be held. There's no way to manage you, and we need you.
I mean,
if you're gonna put me in jail, I'm not gonna escape.
But we don't need you in jail. We need you out there fighting these creatures and sending away random dragons and doing things that no one else can. But also, we need you not to be dangerous to us, and I think you are dangerous. how do we put you away and fail at all the things we need to not fail at? Or how do we utilize your talents and not see the destruction of our way of life? You are too powerful for us. And you look at Nee as he's saying this, and Nee just nods his head. You're beyond our understanding. Even the brightest who've followed in your steps are miles behind what you're capable of, and you seem to be capable of more each day. There's no training course for what you are. You are the training course for our world, and you're a dangerous experience. We sought to monitor you and reassess the situation, but it's clear your abilities keep outstripping any measure we might take to... You're some mixture of our salvation and our danger, and we don't know what to do.
But we also don't know what to do. We didn't ask for this. We tried to help, and in helping, we keep getting stronger, and we're not trying to. We keep figuring out how to do new things and how to do things in different ways and stronger ways and better ways. And I don't know how to control it all the time. It just happens. We exploded and we traveled 8 years in time. We don't know what to do with that.
In the morning, we'll discuss what options we think we have. I need to speak with others, and he looks at Nee, and we need others here as well to help plan a path we don't know the answer to. The falling rock has been cleared out. There are rooms above, and the bartender seems comfortable with you staying there. So while Wendell, the owner, is not going to be in residence, that's the only place we could think of to have you that no one would be afraid. And I'm sorry that it's in the industrial space, but we can't house you elsewhere right now.
A bed's a bed's a bed.
But we need to consider our options. You will be escorted. Please don't kill our guards.
We wouldn't do that. We're not going to just randomly murder people. I don't think that we've done anything that would deserve that sort of judgment. But
almost against his will, you see his eyes flicker over to the places where security bodies had previously lain. I don't think your hearts are at fault. But you remind me more of teenagers learning how to control their bodies and bashing into the furniture than someone with full control over their capacities. And it makes the populace nervous as well as hopeful. You're a mixed bag. I don't know what to do with you, and I don't know that we really have any power in making that decision, but as long as you're amenable, I would like to have you somewhere where I can tell everyone that you are not a danger to us.
Whatever you need.
Stepping back, he gestures, and the 4 guards that are here nod, and they very deferentially indicate the path to go.
Given the timing, I'm going to say right now all the baking soda disappears from the airship.
Probably, actually, at this point, yeah. Just all the baking soda disappears, and suddenly there's a creaking noise, and everybody's attention turns to the airship. Could you just roll a D100, Jason?
Jesus Christ,
God,
I heard that from
loud.
here.
33.
All right. 33. Swoosh. Cool. So the airship kind of lifts off a little bit, and you hear alarm for a moment, and then as they see that the airship is just taking off, you hear like the mayoral individual go, well, appears that's working again. And kind of like side eyes all of you. Good night. Good night. And you can see he's very much just a little beyond out of his power and control and ability. And Nee is looking at you in particular, Asher, with a level of concern you've not seen from him before. It's not the concern of a mentor to apprentice. It is something a little bit more mingled respect and a bit of fear. And then you are all led up to the Falling Rock Tavern, devoid of patrons. Takes you quite a while to get over there just because they seem to be taking pathways that are less crowded. Even as it's dark, they're still choosing the pathway very carefully to avoid people. But you get there. You have the opportunity for food and rest if you would like.
Yes.
Yes. Are you sure?
Maybe a lot of drinks and food.
As we head that way, Trixie just kind of walks up to Tanzanite because I feel like Tanzanite's in a little bit of like a shock state, kind of. And I'm just gonna like take her hand and just kind of gently lead her and like make sure that she's not like just I'm gonna stay with her so she's not alone and like.
So she knows I don't kill anyone else.
No,
Or bring
no.
dragons to this world.
No, because Asher's gonna do what he's gonna do, but like at least
I'll say as you like move and like take her hand or her arm or whatever, I'm gonna move on the other side of her and take her other hand in her arm. Like that's how we're gonna walk to the inn.
A little trio walking to the inn together. Yeah. Do you talk about anything on the way over there, or are you just
Nope.
walking hand in hand?
Sulking
yeah.
and walking.
Yeah, you make your way over there. There's the inn ahead of you. You can engage in any of the basic amenities, sans other people.
I would really, really like a bath because I'm pretty sure whatever was in my fur that was disguising me is probably still lingering.
Yeah, and you've been exposed to enough random washes of grossness that it probably doesn't smell that great.
Yeah, bath and then bed.
Okay. Anything else anybody's trying to do as the evening comes?
Probably
And
just get very
meditate.
drunk and then go to bed. That's what Asher's gonna do.
Is there like? Go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say I definitely would meditate before bed.
Okay.
Like pray, meditate thing.
Any purpose to your meditation and prayer?
To work on ensuring that my shadows, if they're not in line with each other and under the same thing, that I work on that. Like if they're still polarized.
Go ahead and roll your death check.
Death check.
Dad? Did you say Dad?
Oh, that's not great. That's 17.
You have a choice to make. You can spend the time of the night focusing on the strife and trying to resolve it and get them to an accord, or you can leave them to their chaos and get some rest.
We have an accord.
Nah, I definitely work on getting them all aligned again.
God dang it, Tanzanite.
Because I technically only need 4 hours of sleep, so
You are going to take a point of exhaustion.
Told
maybe
you.
in the morning I can, do that. Okay,
Okay.
that's under.
You will get a short rest, but you won't get a full rest.
Aren't my short rests count as long rests?
No, a short rest is only an
Short rest
hour.
is an hour.
Oh, okay. Okay, point of exhaustion. So I still get a point of exhaustion.
Yes.
Okay.
You do not heal unless you use your hit dice in the short rest period to heal you. You do not regain spell slots. But you are able to, through perseverance, regain control and restore order to the chaos that your shadows have become.
To my new empire.
And that does rescue you from
Exhaustion.
losing other things. So I think in the course of your trying to wrestle that part of your being into obeisance, you realize that things were going to get really dangerous for you.
Mhm.
If you had lost control over them. And it's not so much control so much as it is their obedience, things would have gone really far south. You also started to gain a little bit more traction with Adelaide. She's still a harsh reminder of what happened. But you see some understanding in her interactions with you. And she doesn't act against your will. But every time you see her, she is a reminder. And of all your shadows, she is the one that constantly works to and portrays a actual visage, a face. Okay. Asher, what do you get up to through the night? Do you say you were drinking?
Drinking, sleeping.
Drinking and sleeping.
On the bar. 8 hours.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Jesus. This is going to go well.
17.
17. Awesome. Yeah, you're learning how to hold your drink. I mean, there wasn't so long ago in a small fishing village where you had a rough patch, but you're doing solid. You're fine. No crowds to entertain here. Just that bartender, the single bartender whose face betrays none of the same anxiety that the mayor's face betrayed, or that some of the portrayals that were happening on the guards' faces, or even Nee's concern.
I mean, we did get rid of the spider, so at least he probably likes us.
Yeah.
If he doesn't know, I'm going to tell him when I'm very drunk that we were hugs, not bugs, pest control. In disguise.
It definitely loosens him up even more, and he becomes much more relaxed around you.
And I will regale him with the tale of battling the Spider Queen and murdering Tanzanite's whole family.
Do you share that part?
Oh yeah, it's been a day.
Okay. Yeah. Can you just roll a
Loose
D100?
lips. You
Yeah,
know,
what?
for the head of a spy network, you're really shit at keeping secrets.
You said D100?
Yep.
What must our neighbors think?
89.
Oh, you probably dropped something. In that you're really clumsy because you do it a lot.
On Sundays.
Yeah, and only on Sundays. And
Okay.
you have dogs.
Oh, they know we have dogs, trust me.
Yeah.
Buffy makes sure they know that we have dogs.
All right. So that puts that there. Okay. That's cool. I think in future days, you all will hear, if you encounter folks, nervous speculation about matricide and
I should mention, like, that I would not say, like, we murdered her whole family, but, like, talking about how difficult it was because her family had been twisted into this whole thing, and, like, you know, just Asher's just, like, doing bartender therapy.
oh yeah. Yeah, I won't say that you're going to get a negative reputation from this, but I think that there are, there's definitely, you do hear in just in overhearing things.
If you were seeking to assuage the public's fear about us, you failed.
No, not so much that. It's just that there's definitely a lot of speculation about what you're all really about. You are at the place in just recognition of your power where rumors are a swirl. You are some of the most, if not the most notable individuals. And while you've been lauded as heroes, now is a period where the heroics are intermixed with some other speculation. And
We're about to get canceled.
Reputation isn't everything. But yeah, you definitely hear off and on different conversations and opinions about who you all are. Okay. And Trixie, you were doing what?
I want to write a letter each to my parents, respectively.
Okay. Do you want that to be private, or do you want to share that?
I'm gonna keep it private for now, just because I'm like still thinking on it.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Cool. You all, except for Tanzanite, get a long night's rest. Morning comes. And with the dawn, a solid, authoritative knock heard throughout the tavern space, but at the front door of the tavern.
Asher passed out on the bar.
The knock definitely echoes so that you hear it first. Tanzanite, you've been wrestling shadows all evening. You're exhausted at one point of exhaustion. You don't so much wake up as slip out of the trance that you were in. You have a short rest to your benefit. Did you roll any hit point dice for that, Tanzanite?
I did.
Cool.
I got it all back.
Awesome. So you're all back up to full
Health.
hit points at least.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Full health, no spells.
I have some.
All thoughts. Or all vibes, no thoughts.
All vibes, no thoughts. Exhaustion is what it is. So you are woken up by the knocking. Trixie as well.
I'm just gonna yell, "It's open!" with no idea whether or not it's open.
You hear a hefty shake of the door and a voice. No, it's not.
Oh, hang on. And I'm gonna go over and try to figure out how to unlock the door. I don't know if it requires a key or something.
Yeah, there's just a big chunk of wood in the slot holding it closed. You move out of
It's
the
not
way.
open. Hang on a second. Pick it up.
Clunk. The door opens and it's just Nee standing there.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have had a long night, and you were a topic of discussion, as you might be aware. And a request is being made. Oh, where's your friends?
In their rooms.
There's a spillage of brews, and it's been hard for you, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this will not fix any of that,
It was a long night.
but life moves forward. Okay. And then he just yells out, Trixie! Dad's at hide!
Oh.
Seeing
All those
Asher's
times that I
reaction
made
to his
loud
screaming,
noises
he just giggles
while
to
you were
himself.
hungover, I apologize.
Nope. It's exactly what I would have done if I had had a chance to do anything else but talk. Trixie! Dad's at hide!
I head
I
down
head
after
in,
the first one, yeah.
As soon as I can, I
How's the voice feel, Rue?
That hurts.
Asher starts trying to learn a silent spell.
Yeah, the two of you come down, and Nee is standing there. Well, this isn't the best scenario. It's not the worst scenario. But there's a proposal. Well, hear me out, and then make a decision. So, perhaps not unsurprisingly, you make folks nervous. I will take your silence as assent to that descriptor. And there's been a lot of discussion about what would be the best course. Because you are heroes of the realms. The various allies came together because of you, for the most part. And that's where things get a little bit murkier, because there are rumors that have started, and some were entertaining in the beginning, but have become problematic, and some are more recent and harder to quash.
You're going to tell us what these rumors are?
Well, stories of acts of piracy. He nods to Trixie. Inflated though they are, and as hilarious as some may have found it initially, have become opportunities for sowing additional rumors. Dark shadows gathered around certain individual, and the murder of folk down in the Underton areas. Stories are abounding, and though your father, Tanzanite, really has sought to share the truth as far as we're aware of what happened with your mother and her being missing at this point.
She's not missing.
What?
Before the airship thing, we had to kill her down in the mines. Like, she was the reason for all the spiders. She gave herself to some spider god, and like the god completely lost her mind. She warped all of Tanzanite's siblings into some kind of monsters. We had to kill all of them to save this town. Like Tanzanite had to sacrifice her whole family for these people, and then this is what the kind of shit that they say about her.
Oh, but that's not going to be any better for the rumors.
Like all of those deaths in Underton, that was all her mother. We had nothing to do with that. We weren't even there.
And I don't know family's reputation in so many ways.
Okay. Well, first, they came up with some sort of suggestion or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Can I make one first, just to see if it could be in cooperation with whatever they have suggested?
I can entertain and bring back anything that you may have. This is not an ultimatum so much as a finding common ground.
Do you know anybody that has the ability to make people tell the truth and to tell whether people are telling the truth?
I do not know of this capacity.
And I turned to Ashley. I go, "You don't count because it has to be someone else doing it."
I-
You did that to us when we came into the airship. You could do that.
That wasn't a spell. That was a device that I concocted.
Okay. Okay.
I have that spell in my ring, and I could put the spell into the ring and have the ring. Whoever wears the ring can cast that spell on us.
This is my suggestion. You speak to, I guess, at least the public here. Anyone who has concerns, or you take the most concerning rumors, the most outlandish ones, whatever. You put us near this device. You Tanzanite spell. You use that, and someone who has no allegiance to us, like you do to Asher, or history with us, asks us these questions, and we answer honestly, for better or for worse. But we quash the rumors.
I see how you might feel a public confession or a formal statement might have an impact, but you have to keep in mind that this is one small part of our world now. And rumor, unverified stories though they might be,
So send for representatives from all of our allies to bear witness.
it's harder to quash the rumor. And when it's as scintillating as the varied rumors around you all have been, it's difficult for truth to make the way out. The variety, though lack of veracity, to the poems and stories and songs of your deeds truly exceed our scope, and we could invest time in this. And that was one of the things that was brought up as an area of possible resolution. But we fear the damage to reputation is already done. And the best way for us to combat this might be a different approach. Although we can spend time and invest in a public works campaign, we can have... apparently there is a group of priests who are pursuing this concept you call of pulling the truth through magic. But they have also informed us that it can be subverted, and They were
Right.
not quiet about saying that it could be subverted, which means that we would have no way to verify whether or not you were subverting the truth or not.
That's not true. And I turn to Tanzanite and I go, you can tell when someone's trying not to answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're the
Right.
caster of the spell, you know
Yeah.
it's not working.
Yeah.
And you believe the public who has no access to these spells and magics and powers will believe this.
If it's someone who has no connection to us, if it's
Why don't you just tell us what they want of us?
Well, I do want to entertain, and I'll bring back your suggestion. The problem that we have is most of those who have abilities of the sort you're describing have been aligned and allied to you as others who have these abilities. And your reputation is their reputation in many ways. You're seen as the leaders of those with these new, strange capacities. Your abilities have changed our world. And while I was trying to change our world through the show of mine, yours have been much more dramatic and quickly forming. And then, most folk your age have also had a dramatic change in their abilities. So it is hard for folks to separate out those who can do these things from one another. But we don't think public opinion has turned against you. We just think that it's in a dicey spot. A spot where perhaps some greater arenas and public impact might have some more positive influence, such as when you took out that black dragon and saved the city of Mary Delve's beard. Whatever the fuck it is.
I mean, we didn't even do that. We helped, but the council killed that dragon. Like the council of the Delve were all
no.
They
fucking
weren't
dragon.
seen as the ones who did it. And then you proceeded to help them eradicate an infestation below. Well, at any rate, you've been publicly, truly heroic in that sphere. And only recently has there been some contrast to that. The allyship with the undead is probably where we first started getting some dissent from your heroic image.
So I guess we didn't really have the chance to properly explain that. That guy was guarding the portal that the dragons came through and was trying to fix that.
Yes, as we discovered in conversation with him, as we've been probing the boundaries of this alliance.
I mean, just because he's dead doesn't mean he's bad.
No. And just because she's a dragon doesn't mean that my new roommate is annoying and frustrating and taking up 2 floors of my tower.
How does my mom feel about that?
Well, apparently they're planning the public wedding together, although Molly has grown tired of discussing how to eviscerate a pork. Apparently, it's some creature they have far to the north of here. At any rate, your mother's well, and your father's well, and your mother's well, and your father's well. Your sister is well as well. But we have some outstanding issues, and maybe if we direct our attention that way, we can resolve some of them. Such as the tower in the mountains, where we keep seeing dragons circling. Just quick reconnaissance mission to resolve that or find out. Or the desert to the north. There's apparently our newly engaged allies have been fending off these smaller dragons, almost.
So you want us to go out and kill a bunch of dragons to fix our reputation?
Wouldn't hurt.
What do you think we've been trying to do?
You've been trying to do the same work, and
I can't promise different results. That's what we've been doing this whole time. I mean, the last time we fought one of the bigger dragons, we got our ass kicked. So,
what do you need to be successful? Are we able to help you in some way with this?
I turn to Asher and Tanzanite and I go, I think I understand the problem. We, and I refer to the three of us, are not enough to take on the dragons. You, as you are not enough to take on the dragons. We have not been able to spend time, because we've been doing all of these things for you. We have not been able to spend time working together. We've been your errand runners, your scouts, your trouble squashers, and we've been your vanguard. And because of that, we're now being punished for what's happened to us as a result. From the very beginning.
I wish I could say that you're wrong, but we all know that you're not.
So maybe you don't send us alone. Maybe you actually send us with help. Instead of just saying, you go fix it, and then blaming us for whatever ends up happening and not taking any responsibility yourselves.
I mean, the mayor basically called us awkward teenagers, and then at the same time, they want to send a bunch of children out to solve their problems for them. So maybe they need to pick one or the other. At this point, maybe I should retire into obscurity and let them solve their own problems. Like, I don't want to be responsible for a bunch of dead guards. I don't want that on my conscience. Like, how do I even trust myself anymore to do something like go fight that red dragon? Especially when it's pretty clear that everybody's confidence in us is lost. Like, how I can't even have confidence in myself. Like,
I apologize. I was supposed to be your mentor, and I've been too in awe to see that you had needs to
Trixie just mumbles, and too drunk.
Are you trying to say that quietly enough that he can't hear you? Or are you...
Oh no, I'm just mumbling it.
Let's quick perception check. Yeah, and too drunk. Too frustrated with my own failures to realize that I was failing yet again.
I mean, I think maybe I understand you better than I did before. Like, how many times can this kind of shit happen to someone before they just have to drown it out?
Oh,
Like, you've been doing this for decades, centuries. I don't even know how old you are.
well, I'd rather not talk about those dark days. As I'm sure you would rather not talk about your darkest days. Probably for similar reasons.
So how come you aren't on trial and we are?
Oh, I've been on trial several times. It's not my first life. Sometimes reinventing yourselves is all you can do, and that might be something you all pursue after this is over, but I hope you'll not retire into obscurity yet and help us. I will go find out what I can about bringing folks forward who can support you. What would you be looking for in such a group?
Honestly, the harshest critics.
Could you explain that to me?
People who, if there are people out on the street, you know, saying that we're dangerous or you know, or like, I don't know, do a freaking lottery. I don't know. Give people the chance to pick who they want to ask us these questions, to get their chance to answer, you know, to find out the truth. I understand maybe with Tanzanite's ring we can give any common person, maybe they talk amongst themselves, they pick a person that has absolutely no connection to us, our harshest critic, whoever.
I'm not sure that we're going to be successful with that again. You have an audience of the entire continent. And while we can do that amongst a small group of folk, it feels a little bit more like that ceremony when you first started this journey. And did not like how that ended.
We saved 2 of those kids. From the mayor, just recently. That all had repercussions we never knew about until...
Yes, and...
But again, that had nothing to do with us.
But I feared this would be...
If you asked the rumor mill, it was all our fault, but...
too similar.
I don't think I want help. I trust these 2. Let's go kill some fucking dragons. Like, I don't need somebody second guessing our every move. Let's clear the field of battle and just do what we do and get the innocent bystanders out of the way so that people don't get hurt again. Like, I don't know what else to do. I feel like if they send people with us and then they get killed, we're going to feel terrible and we're going to get blamed. It's going to just keep getting worse.
We don't ever intentionally go where there are people. There's no way to pick where a battle is going to be where there aren't other people. Like, if you can guarantee that there won't be any innocent bystanders, sure, we'll go fight your dragons for you.
We may not kill them. We'll probably die trying. And then that can be on you. But if that's what y'all want, then I guess we're here to serve.
Like the royal you or like the knee you? Because I think knee is on our side, honestly. Like, it's politicians. This is how politics goes. Everybody's looking to.
Everybody wants a scapegoat.
Yep. I would like to go save some people if we can. Like,
I'd be happy to save people, but
I'm
anytime
becoming less concerned with being the world's most famous poet and just maybe I don't want the attention anymore. So maybe we just go, maybe we don't come back to Canyonville or on Overton or fuck them.
And you, Tanzanite?
I don't know.
You have folk who love you. There are people who've come and spoken up on all of the things that you've done well in the past, and while they are dispersed throughout the continent, you've brought people together more than you've torn people apart.
But that's obviously not enough, is it?
Fear is fear.
Exactly.
And
we're still in this position. Nothing. It doesn't. You said yourself, there's no way to quash the rumors. Doesn't matter what we're doing. So, yeah, like Asher said, fuck it. Let's go fight some dragons.
Is that your three's accord?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it our way. We're not gonna take missions from people who are telling us that we're not doing things correctly. We're just gonna go do the best we can in the world, and that's gonna have to be enough.
And there's nothing I can seek out on your behalf. Nice. Thank you, New York City. I miss you.
I mean,
you hear that alarm? There must be a dragon.
Wow, wow, wow. Dragon incoming. Canyonville under fire.
The thing is,
we're like, let it burn, and we walk away with the flames in the background.
If you
I can feel it coming.
If you seek out something to help us, and that only makes us stronger, it just widens the divide between us and everyone else. I mean, do you have something in mind?
Well, there is an airship that seems to be quite sturdy. And as your foe flies, that might be useful to you all. And there have to be people that you've worked with in the past who you would trust to be allies to you.
There's that stuck-up dragon guy. Veritar. The elven prince with the attitude. We track a lot of
always
people.
have to be attitudes.
I know. I mean, there's Fawn, obviously.
There's Bonnie.
I don't know if Bonnie's
kind of on her own thing
She
now.
may not be able to help us directly, but she might have avenues.
I don't know if we can ask that of her.
Maybe we just need to keep doing what we've been doing and worry less about public opinion. I don't know. Trying to be more careful and not worry what people think.
I will tell you this.
Anything about us that I'm pretty sure at this point we're not being harder on ourselves. So
I don't know. Being hard on ourselves won't necessarily get us killed, or imprisoned.
I don't think anybody's going to ever be able to imprison you. It'll be centuries before this world catches up to you, just like it was centuries before it started catching up to me and then surpassing me. And he gestures towards all three of you. But I don't want you to go into this thinking this is the only way forward. There's a point at which you'll want something else out of your lives. And the form that takes can vary. I've adopted various personae and opportunities and beliefs. And as I've failed as a mentor already once, I would like to not fail again. And I would like to say that if you are successful in your current aims, still consider and think about your future, what you would like for yourselves as the next stage comes faster than you know.
Ever since we've come back, all we've known is war. That's it. All we've been is weapons. We don't know anything else.
It takes time. So you're a weapon now.
I don't know if I would even know how to just come back and live in the city. I don't know what that would be like.
I can't pretend to know what it'll be like if you chose that path. But there are lots of paths ahead of you. I just hope you'll keep an open mind to opportunities as they come.
Well, maybe if we live through it, then we can look at it then.
Well, don't let one dark shadow of a city darken your hopes for the future, and I'll go see about that airship. And if there's any allies you would like me to reach out to, I'm more than happy to do that on your behalf.
I do take out the letters respectively to my mom and my dad, and I give them to Nee, and I'll write you what they say later.
Yeah. He takes them and glancing, seeing the names on it, nods to you.
I don't know. I'd give us a minute to think about the ally thing. We don't even know who's still alive these days.
Yeah. Well, let me go rustle some things up. There's some wild new blacksmith who's come along, and I'm gonna go check in with her and see what she's up to. She seems to have an idea of something to help with these dragons. So,
is that the one from? Wait, what's her name? No. I'm asking Nee. Trix is asking Nee, what's her name?
Well, I don't know her name, but apparently she worked at a blacksmith in the Delve, and
Jill.
That
Her
sounds
name's Jill.
familiar. Yeah, possibly.
Tell her I say hi.
you made my gun and the shovel.
Oh. Well, she seems a good sort, and
She is. She's brilliant. Treat her well.
I feel like she's going to be following in your footsteps someday soon. Just not
Like I said.
necessarily in the battling arena, but she's definitely making things no one's ever heard of before.
Does she want to
Like
be
I
an
said.
engineer on an airship?
I can ask her.
Well, if she doesn't, like I said, treat her well. Don't send
Well,
her off, or
her people seem awfully protective of her, and
as they should be.
she seems to have gathered quite a fair few guardians. All right, well, I will return. I suppose I will focus on the sole aim of getting you a vehicle worthy of your brilliance and opportunity. And play delivery boy. And he holds up the 2 letters and he looks at you, Tanzanite, looks at you, Asher, looks at you, Trixie, bows his head, and trots off down the pathway that is slowly growing, a convening of people, and people are moving
Bye,
about.
new dad.
See him hunch over a little bit as he scurries away.
Tanzanite, you okay over there?
You know, I didn't ask for any of this. I had a perfectly good life. I had a very rich, good life before this.
Although I guess if you think about it, if you weren't here now, you'd be with the rest of your siblings. I don't know if that had anything to do with us. Maybe it did. Maybe if we hadn't put down the ice dam, maybe if we hadn't done that, maybe that wouldn't have happened with your mom. But you know what? That freaking dragon was still under Underton before we even had anything to do with it.
But I think you're right. Let's just go kill these dragons and move to the next thing. People are going to blame us for all kinds of things, whether we prove that they're wrong or not. So we can at least do something good by killing these dragons.
I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
It feels like every time we prove ourselves one way or another, it's just, oh, you did this, but. Oh, that's great, but we need you to go do this. Like, I am so sick of being people's errand person. I don't know. I don't.
Airship.
Huh?
I kind of want to just go steal the airship and go.
No.
As the door is swinging slowly closed, could you, whoever would like to, roll a perception check?
23.
23. What did you say, Asher?
21.
Oh, 13.
Tanzanite, exhausted, disadvantaged because of exhaustion, doesn't even so much as look up at the door swinging closed. But Trixie and Asher, you both see a hand drop something at the door. Looks like a bit of parchment.
I will go pick it up.
Swinging the door open a little bit more and seeing that little scrap of parchment. You can't help but see just to the right of the door a pile of treasures and notes, stuffed animals, small satchels with various contents. And picking up the note, you see scrawled in a shaky hand, "Thank you for saving my grandmother. She would have died in that mine without you."
Well, that lady. Hey guys, come here.
I go over.
I don't. I stay where I am.
Fixate, come here.
Leave me alone.
I want to show you something.
I don't care.
You can show me, Asher.
Peeking
I'm gonna
around the
go
door
out and
frame.
start like looking at the notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to take any of the things. I just want to look at the notes.
It looks like folks kind of didn't know how to express appreciation, but you see several different little notes and bits and bobs from various folks that you run into here in Canyonville. There's something from the manager of the airship hangar that says vaguely, like, realized it must have been you who snuck through my space and pretending to be otherwise and went and took care of those spiders for us. So I guess I owe you this. And it's attached to a little bag. There's a couple of other notes there. There's several of the notes are things like, how do I do what you just did? And can I be your apprentice in this? Or are you going to teach? And various like requests for the various like forms of like that stuff. And occasionally sprinkled in there are some sadder notes, some notes about things that had happened that somebody wasn't able to get saved or resolved, and questions like, why weren't you there? We heard what you did for these people, but why weren't you here when the dragon came here? So it's a mix of both thank yous and
Accusations.
no, not accusations. Good grief. But like from the various age ranges of the notes, things like, I know you can't be everywhere, but I just really wish you would have been here. And then other ones that are just like, why'd you save Molly's dad but not mine? And various other like iterations on those things. But the majority of it is things along the lines of, will you take me on? Can I train with you? There's a few in there tucked away that say things like, my kid's starting to show this ability. What do I do? And it's just this pile of various notes like that. There's a couple that are encoded. And Asher, you quickly know what that encoding is. One is a message of, did the best you could, better than we would have done, thank you. And another one is a message that says, working on the rumor swirling, efforts never end. And then there are 3 notes, Tanzanite, describing newly founded places of worship.
I want to make sure I take those. Anything that looks directed only to me, I want to make sure, paper-wise, so I don't want to take like the things.
Yeah, there's not a ton of stuff there, so much as they're like baubles and trinkets. The only thing of substance is that the pouch has gems in it. The pouch that was attached to the manager for the.
Are they?
They know the way. They know the way to Tanzanite's heart.
Are they
Sorry, what was
gems? Are they gems that I could use for spells?
It's a bag full of gems. At a quick glance, it looks like it's probably like a 2,000 gold's worth of various gems.
We'll take that just for funsies.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I would say that Tanzanite should go get some sleep. Maybe eat something and get some sleep.
Yes.
Okay. Tanzite, you're going to go ahead and try to get some sleep.
Yeah.
Friend snoring away. Trixie, unhappy. A pile of miscellaneous notes collected and brought inside. We will come. Asher.
Down with the man attitude.
Plotting if it's worth
Howard
it to
the
sneak
people.
in and steal the airship, or if waiting for Nee to come back is worth it. And with that, we're going to close this session out.
Mm.
And we'll see if Tanzanite gets her sleep next time.
I don't know.
Probability of Demise. Maybe she will never sleep again.
Who knows? We'll see how long it can go.
By the time we get to our BBEG, Tanzanite's got like 37 points of exhaustion.
That'd be a dead Tanzanite, and I would be really sad, but I think it's
Yeah.
kind of funny too. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It was really fun. It's a little bit more of an intense session, but what do you expect with a whole bunch of blowing of crap up?
Yep.
A reckoning.
Oh. Yes. All right.
See you
Well,
next week.
see you
Next
next
week.
week. Have a great
Same bad
night.
time, same bad channel. All right.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.